we appear to be the lives. I forgot to check to see if I had to unhost somebody, so hopefully it really is live.
It should automatically.
It should, but sometimes it lags real hard. Like, to the tune of, like, a couple minutes. Because I talk.
And you are currently hosting. Oh, and you were live, and then
Excellent.
you weren't.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
now you're not.
Now I'm not live?
Where'd you go?
Oh god.
Mm-hmm.
You're live. You're not live. You're live. You're not live.
It says I'm still streaming.
Hey, you're back.
Yeah, there you are.
Okay. Well, here we go. Hello, folks. Hello, stream. Welcome to my this. We are back live here today as Treasure Tuesday. We've got the full group this afternoon, or evening, or morning, wherever y'all are, and we are happy to be here today. All right. Why don't y'all tell me what you got up to last time? Because I do believe it was a rather memorable event.
Burning. Lots of burning.
Done fucked up.
Yeah, one of our friends set us on fire.
Mm-hmm.
And then my other friend fought me and tried to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy who I thought wasn't my friend anymore tried to save me.
Mm-hmm.
And now here we are.
Yeah.
All of those things.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. Does anybody want to add anything?
We beat the shit out of a... What? A mimic?
Well,
And
apparently, if you swear, you lose. Discord. Sorry.
Shit out of your Discord.
That was interesting.
You beat the shit out of what now?
A box.
A box. Good.
Yep.
A baby
Die,
dolphin.
box.
Yeah.
Die.
Okay. And anything else you want to add?
Quint was across the room and shouted that everyone sucked.
Oh yeah, the dog got hit.
While you were
Yeah.
you were healing your doggo. Yeah, that's
Oh, I
true.
forgot about that.
The dog has now gotten more healing than Harlick has.
Yeah.
I think it was up by Brandel when he did the...
The gentleman playing Druge creates a bunch, collects a bunch of our stats, and we had some particularly entertaining stats from last session. I believe there was
Yeah.
more party damage than monster damage, so that was fun.
That sounds about right.
By about 50%, yeah.
Doesn't it just? So that's kind of entertaining. Let's see here. So I
Stop sounding so happy about it.
I just am entertained by it. So last time you folks learned that you should not poke Drews when he's on fire.
Or just not set him on fire.
That was the next thing I was gonna say. Yep. And then Brannon can be brave and heroic when he wants to. And
No.
Harlick learned that actions have consequences. Now, the RP point went to Druge for Party Rage. I think we can all agree that
Andrew W.
Druge
Rage.
did a whole bunch of role-playing last game. Honorable mentions go to Relic for throwing himself between Druge and Marthala to cast Thunderwave, which was very cool. And Marthala for vaulting over everyone to have a tank bro moment, which didn't work at all. But... And then,
Damn it, I'm gonna try.
Yep,
Or did it?
it
Would have been great.
would
It
have
would
been
have
great.
been a couple of dead people, I think, if Marthala hadn't jumped in there.
And then a couple other good moments were Harlick setting the room on fire, just the whole room. And
That was a moment. I don't know if
Yeah, I don't know about
good.
good.
I want you to, I said it was a good role playing moment, and I had somebody reach out to me and they were like, "So I just watched your stream," and I was like, "Cool," and they were like, "And I watched you like ask a bunch of questions of the player." And they still lit the room on fire. And I was like, yes. And they were like, okay.
That did happen.
That absolutely happened.
And then another good moment was Brandel doing the Baloo the bear for putting the... that's right. I forgot about that.
Put his flames out.
There were bones on the floor, okay?
Yeah. Nobody wants
Yeah,
to touch
gross.
bones. All right. So you were all... there's a dead mimic at your feet. All the bones on the floor have stopped rattling. All of you are very singed. Nothing is on fire anymore. Well, some of the coffins are still burning merrily, but none of the people or creatures in this room are on fire anymore. And I believe I ended last session before anybody had a chance to react to having been lit on fire or, hit by other party members. So, any questions before we get started?
The only thing I had a question on was, where did my dog end up?
He's with you.
I think you were with him, right?
Okay.
Let me get you.
I think you went for him, and then you were like, "Oh,
I
you
did.
guys
I
are
was
idiots."
for some reason in my mind it was all the way up by Brandel, like completely across the room.
Let me get you a token for that.
Wherever he ended up. I need to make new tokens anyway.
I'm just gonna give you a tiny dragon for a token.
Great. Yay! Because he's definitely not a tiny dragon.
He's not,
Definitely not.
but it's the only token I have.
It works.
There, tiny dragon for you. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Okay. What are you folks doing?
Marthala is gonna sort of, now that Drush has put her down, sort of limp to the closest wall and just sort of like lean against it and slide down and just sit for a minute.
Sounds about right. Anybody else?
Assuming everyone is not on fire, I think Harlick will simply sit down and put his head in his hands.
Okay.
Quentin's gonna, like real stone-faced and very direct, just walk right over to Druge and say, "Let's go talk over here."
This is a very small room.
And then can we go out the doors we just came in and close them behind us?
Oh, back to the pit.
Sure.
Boy, here we go.
Then he pushes Drush into the pit.
And then he gets Balrogged and Quentin
Yeah. With the trunk.
Balrogged by a trunk. Yeah.
And
All right.
bring the dog
What are you
with
folks
me.
talking about?
I mean, yeah, Druge is definitely in a place where A, he doesn't want to be around the rest of the party, and B, the next room over sounds fantastic. So yeah, he will follow after Quentin.
Okay.
I think Quentin would kind of like, they walk out and he'll kind of like turn around and the door shuts and say, Druge, are you okay? Physically, are you physically stable?
A little singed, but otherwise fine.
He's gonna walk up and put his hand on his chest, on Druge's chest, kind of right in the center, and cast Cure Wounds, which is 1d8 plus 3,
Right.
which is a 5 plus 3, so 8 points of healing.
Better than I was.
And say, feel better?
Physically, sure.
Great. What the shit was that?
It was a lot. There was a lot of fire, and there was some magic, and it's maybe not as under control as I thought.
Okay. I can appreciate that. I feel like I've been feeling some shade from you for the past bit. I misjudged the strength of a drink the other day, and I feel like you've been giving me the big brother side eye since, and I totally get that, but I didn't try to cleave anybody in two.
Yikes.
And I don't mean that to pick on you, but what are we going to do about this? I'm not here. I'm not trying to chastise you. want to help you figure this out. I'm on your side. If we have to leave them and just go away and work on our own shit, the two of us, I'm down to do that. But
you know, for not trying to chastise me, you're doing a pretty good job.
you know what I mean, though, right? Like, I don't want one of them jumping you in your sleep because they're pissed you smacked them to the ground. Like,
So we're not gonna talk about the wizard at all.
we'll get to the wizard, but I figured if we can get on the same page first, it'd be more effective.
I think as long as I'm not set on fire in the foreseeable future, everything will be fine.
I can get behind that.
Probably.
Well, we've been traveling for quite a while together, and we're still in this together, right? You and I?
As long as you don't develop a drinking problem.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. I'll admit, I've been a bit snarky too. It felt like you were replacing me with Marthala, and I wasn't sure what to do with that. And, you know, you obviously don't need me, especially because you can control your rages now, but now I'm even more worried about you based on the past 10 minutes. Look, I got your back, and I know you've got mine, and how about, what do you think about us not keeping score and just always having each other's back, and we'll figure the rest out.
I will try very hard not to murder you. Or the dog, apparently.
Kind of like chuckle and look at his feet and like, all right. And you know, I learned how to do this healing stuff just to have your back just in case something happened, and you know,
You mean something like this?
No, I didn't know what, but I mean, out of the two of us, you take more of a beating than I do, and I didn't think it was fair to leave it all on you, so this is what I could do to help.
That good enough. I'm gonna stay out here for a while.
All right. That portable ram was pretty cool, though, right?
I told you it'd be useful.
Hey, I didn't disagree. All right, well, you come join us when you want, or I'll come get you if we're getting ready to move on. If that's what you want.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Anything you want me to convey to them?
Tell Marthala I'm sorry.
All right. I'll kind of come back through the door and close it behind me and post up to the wall.
As soon as Quentin comes back in, is he within earshot of me coming through the door?
Yeah, you're like right next to the door.
Hopefully quiet enough that it's more of a private conversation. I'll just ask, is he all right?
I mean, he's not in danger of passing out or anything like that.
That's not what I mean.
He says he's sorry, by the way. Just maybe give him some time.
Sure.
I think he's considering some things, and I think we all need to consider some things. He says a bit louder, looking over towards Harlech.
Yep.
Not even looking up.
Just sitting there, head in hands.
Harlech, dear. I thought you were smart.
I miscalculated.
You set us all on fire, and I think that warrants an apology. I would come over and demand one in a physical fashion, but I'm in a lot of pain right now, so you'll have to forgive me.
He'll have to forgive you from coming over and beating an apology out of him?
Yes.
Got it.
I'm afraid there is little I can do to alleviate that. However, given my grievous error, you would not be without reason to leave me behind. I
Just say
clearly
you're
have.
sorry. Just say you're sorry.
I'm. My deepest apologies.
There we go. How do we get out of here? I don't want to be in this room anymore.
So there are...
So really, that's it.
We're not gonna leave him here.
Perhaps someone else should carry the flasks.
Yeah, at least I was a drink. We got to make sure we get that out of you, right?
Oh, of course. I would be happy to supply things once we get back to... Well, I guess we're not very far, but once we're out of here.
Justice, we can't hear you at all. You're muted.
Right, yep, I'll take those flasks.
Not
Do
even
be
thinking about
careful.
it. Hand them over.
Right, to me. Right.
Oh boy.
Maybe we just leave them here. They aren't exactly helpful.
They could be in the right
But
hands.
they could be.
Don't fall into that trap.
Where? Which trap?
Right.
What?
Right.
Brandel, I'm glad you said something, so I don't have to just agree with Brandon. I think they could be helpful in some way as well. Wait, just maybe talk about how we're gonna use them before we do.
What if we
Well,
give
no,
one
I-
flask to one person?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. We've had these flasks for an hour, perhaps, and we've already
even,
lit ourselves on fire once. I think that perhaps we just leave them here.
Right, yeah, just leave them right here in front of me. We'll just leave them right here.
Relic, I was just starting to like you again. You need to stop this right now.
Where are you gonna
I'm saying
hide
they're useful.
flasks of alchemical fire?
That's a problem for future.
That's fair.
What are you going to do with them?
I'm gonna throw them at bad guys.
There's a solution for a future.
Just
Remember
like
what
now.
happened the last time we tried that?
Right, but that wasn't me.
Maybe hold on, and Quentin kind of step forward, like
So you're
his hand
saying you're
out.
just better at throwing.
Yeah, like maybe these are an outside toy. Can we agree on that?
Well, yeah, it's probably safe.
Right? Okay, problem solved.
But then if they become useful inside, we could use them still, right?
But
Like-
and he's kind of like making the hand, like cutting the throat motion, like.
Brennan,
Yeah.
I beg you. On everything I own, on all that we've been through together, please don't take those with you.
I mean, what if we just leave them here and then we can pick them up on the way out, so that we at least don't use them in a very tiny corridor.
I love that idea.
Right. Yeah, that's fine. I don't need them now.
Oh, settled then.
Sure, yeah, that's fine.
Great.
That was too easy.
Now
Okay.
Quentin's turning toward Marthala, like.
There's
Well-
something not right about that.
All right.
Well, would anybody mind sitting here for a few minutes? I wouldn't mind resting my toes, and I could sing you all a really nice song.
You know what? That might be nice.
I'm
Yeah,
still
sure.
bleeding profusely, so I need to patch myself up a little more.
Yeah,
Let me go get the big guy.
Are the
Can we
coffins
take-
still like relatively like? Because there were 2 big coffins, right?
Yeah, they're all broken open and the bones are coming out of them. And you guys have moved around in this room enough that if any of the rest of them were mimics, you'd all be dead.
So I can't sit in a coffin.
You could, yeah, they're pretty broken up, but you can perch on the end of one.
Okay, sure. I mean, sure.
Your giant furball butt on a rotten coffin.
Could we
Crunch.
take a short rest, DM?
Yep, go for it.
I'll go get Druge. Bring him in.
So,
If-
the room you're in is made out of stone, and the ceilings are fairly low. They're only about 7 feet tall.
Oh, so Dreesh has been ducking this whole time. Cool.
Yeah, he's not very comfortable.
Yeah.
There's a lot of soot in here, and because everything in here was on fire at some point, and and some of the like you can feel wind coming through from the door that the opening that you made, but it's not quite enough. And so as you're sitting there and you're listening to what's happening around you, you hear something coming from beyond one of the doors.
Go.
I'll stand and draw my sword.
It just
And I
sounds.
made it into the room at this point.
Oh yeah, sorry. It only sounds. It sounds maybe like mice or rats moving around. So you're not. It doesn't really alarm any of you. Do you do anything else in this room while you're in here?
If we are able to take a short rest, I would like to sing a song of rest for everybody.
Go for it.
Nice.
Cool.
I sing a song of
So
rest.
short rest.
Is there
Take
any
short
important
rest,
elements you want to
goodbye.
share with the group about what that is? I'm not asking you to sing, but are there any things you want to mention or want to tell us that you mentioned in the song or anything like that?
No, it's just it's a soothing song that everybody's familiar with. And they've all heard before, often used as a bedtime story or song. And everybody that spent a hit dice gets an extra d6.
Ooh.
Great.
Which I am going to do.
Sure fucking will. Also, Druge sits in the corner opposite everyone, as far away as is possible.
Yep.
Could I take? I'm assuming I have like a cloth of some kind on my persons
Yes.
in my pack or whatever.
Sure.
Could I take the cloth and just pour a little bit of water on it, and I'm gonna walk over and hand it to Drew so he can clean my blood off of his body before we move on.
Close.
Yeah, he will take that and start cleaning the glaive and the tusks and basically everywhere else. He's kind of a bloody, gory, singed mess. All the while kind of averting the eyes, and eventually there'll be the kind of Loxodon elephant ear twitch in her direction. I
Are
did.
you feeling better?
Yeah, I'll try and keep a better handle on that.
You never need to apologize to me for being who you are. As long as you're okay, we're fine. See, I've stopped bleeding and everything. And I'll wink at him and then go rejoin the group to give him his time alone.
That's really sweet.
Hashtag tank bros.
Tyler Tyler says in chat says toss a coin to your ... mayoral candidate. I assume about the song, so that's pretty good. What were you gonna say, Quentin?
Oh, I would say I'll just kind of work the pup through kind of some basic behaviors and stuff to kind of reinforce that like all of that scary stuff that just happened isn't the end of the world, and he's doing a good job.
Oh, you're gonna have a hard time getting him to pay attention to anything that's not a bone.
Well,
I love that
then
you're actually
I'll-
training this dog in game. Like,
Indeed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this dog who unless you name it is gonna be called Crisp from now on. Gets a bone in his mouth, and he like if you try to take it away from him, and he goes grrr.
Then yeah, I'll play tug with him or just whatever, just to keep it positive. And I'll like chuck it across the room over by Brandel.
He runs it, gets it, and he comes, brings back, and then you realize as you chuck it, like a lot of the bones sort of follow that one. And as he grabs it and brings it back, like they seem to be knotting up in a weird way, and you realize that all of the bones were tied together off of the mimic. So as the mimic moved, the bones moved. So he's like trying his best to drag this pile of bones and dead body of a mimic across to you
Like,
very
with
proudly.
A string?
Yeah.
Weird. I
All
think
right.
I'll kind of point that out to Harlick.
What? Dead body with a string?
Well, all these bones were all tied together, so I mean, are mimics smart enough to tie bones together to make themselves look scarier? Like it seemed to be puppeted off of the mimic itself.
Out of character question.
Yeah.
What kind of strings do we know of that would survive a fire?
It's actually not string. I apologize. It's fine wire.
Fair. Okay.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I misspoke.
is Brandon near me right now?
I think so. It's kind of up to Brandon.
Sure, I'm just perched up somewhere singing my song.
Because he's singing and he can't do anything about it without making a scene, Marthala will probably go and just kind of quietly sit down next to Brandon and hold his hand while he sings.
He'll look down at you uncomfortably, but allow it to happen.
I'll allow it. All right. Okay, so anything else you want to do during a short rest? Do you want to look around the room at all?
I mean, I guess if it was pointed out, I feel like I should at least look into the string or whatever it is.
Yeah, so
See
you
if I have anything in my knowledge base.
it's odd. You don't think a mimic would do this. You would imagine that that somebody did this to the mimic, sort of like set the mimic up here like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, does anyone else want to look around the room?
Yes, at some point during the short rest after my song or before my song or some point, I'd like to poke around in the coffins, see if there's anything of value, maybe.
Can you roll me a perception check, please?
You're darn tootin'. Oh, that's a natural 4 plus, sorry, I just wanted to say that. So 7.
So you're having a little bit of trouble getting into the pieces of the coffins, because even though they're broken up, they're rather large, and they're hard to sort of like manipulate.
Ugh.
Would you like some help?
Yeah, but it's not because I'm short.
Well, I assumed you were just putting the spirits to rest. That is what's happening.
Oh, right. Well, you know, I wasn't. This place seems pretty bad, pretty evil, maybe. I don't know that I could get any spirits back in where they was. I was just, looking to see if there was any possessions in here that might, we might could return to the families or something.
It seems as though there might be a reasonable possibility that someone did this on purpose.
Who would do this on purpose?
I
Some real
hesitate
messed up
to
individuals.
speculate.
So, Marthala, are you going to help him mess with any of the coffins?
I will. There's like visible discomfort on Marthala's face, but she'll help Relic, but keep a very close eye on him.
Okay.
While he's pilfering.
Okay.
I'm not pilfering, I'm just looking.
How about which one of you has a higher perception check? I'm assuming Relic.
I'm thinking.
Perception is free on a wisdom.
Oh yeah, that's way higher than.
So how about we say Marthala's helping Relic, and so she's sort of like very gingerly like picking up the heavier pieces so he can look underneath them and stuff. And so I'm gonna go ahead and let you roll again on your perception check with advantage.
Me
Hell yeah.
or him?
Relic, because he's got the higher one, sort of.
17.
Okay, so you do find that there's a pouch sewn into a lining under an embroidered star that was the lining was in a coffin lid, and as Marthala lifts the lid a little bit, you find it and you pull it out. And you find that it has two vials in it. One has a bulbish. They're both made out of glass, and one has like a round bottom, and a short neck, and it's got a swirling, misty liquid in it. And the other one is a thinner, narrower bottle that's square. It's maybe an inch or two in diameter, and the mouth of the bottle is round, and it's about the same diameter. And it looks like it has shards of ice in it, but if you like shake it, like it's a liquid as well.
Well then, I just found these two potions, or liquid bottles of liquid here, and I don't know what they do, but based on our most recent, experience with glass vials, I don't,
So
maybe
would
somebody
they
should have it, take a look at them, at the very least.
leave them here? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, they could be helpful potions.
So, Harlech, you get a look at these, and you recognize the one with the swirly gas in it, with the round bottle. This is a potion of gaseous form. This was something that your family has moved in the past as merchandise, and Brandel, you've actually run across the other one, and you recognize an odd symbol in the bottom corner. And you haven't seen this particular kind of potion in a very long time, and you recognize it as a potion of frost giant strength. From a time where you've used it in the past, and we'll talk more about that later. Do either of you share this information?
Oh yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up. And...
Well,
let me
reasonably certain that one is a potion of gaseous form. I don't know what it's doing here, especially in a coffin, but I can be fairly certain.
It's not setting people on fire.
It's true.
I don't need to carry it.
That's fine.
Good.
I'll hold on to it. What do you think this is worth?
Can I see that other bottle, the frosty one?
Oh, yeah. Here you go. And I'm gonna
just look
hold
at
it real
shake
close.
It a little bit.
Okay. Oh, yeah. You just go ahead and take that, then, mate. Yeah, that's what I meant.
And what did you say it was? Frost giant strength?
Yeah, it's a potion of frost giant strength. Yeah. So the gaseous form bottle.
I just looked it up. Do you want me to tell you?
Sure, I looked it up too, but sure.
It says
yeah.
300
Great.
as a base.
Why does it matter what they're worth?
Did you look up the
Wait.
frost giant one too? No, cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So 300. There you go. Okay.
Just in case we wanted to not drink this and instead sell it for money.
Why would we do that?
Well, to donate to Gorko's college fund, of course.
Right, we got the old
Right.
Goblin College Fund thing that we're setting up in the old town, right?
Could I insight check that?
Yes. And I'll want a deception check from Relic, so it'll be opposed.
Quentin is
Ooh.
just definitely grinning in the background.
17 for me.
It's only 10 for me.
Oh shit!
This is the first time Marthala sees through one of your ruses.
Oof.
Oh, say it was a ruse?
I found it for 400,
Thank you.
just to give you an idea.
Thanks.
Look, we're obviously not going to sell these because they probably keep us safe, right? If we were to turn into gas or whatever this one does for us. Right, I mean...
Now, hold on a minute.
Oh,
Why'd you
any
blush?
estimation from Harlech is going to be hedged to be like, well, it depends on the market, but like maybe anywhere from 250 to
It doesn't matter because we're
375.
not selling them because it seems that someone doesn't actually believe in giving this money to Gorko. Is that... You made a funny face there, Relic.
Well, I don't
Well,
think we
only-
should give the potions to Gorko.
No, that'd be dangerous. Only because, I think they would be more useful for us to hold on to rather than selling them. I just, I like to know the value of the things I hold on to just so I know how safe to keep them.
I think we should definitely keep this one. I'm gonna show him the bottle. It's a,
I
What's
think
that
we
one
should
do?
give them both
It's a-
to Brandel.
it's a strength potion.
Oh, well,
Kind of.
I mean, I think I need that the most.
Yes, Brandel is a very responsible.
Yes,
Being.
all in favor of giving it to Brandel, say aye. Aye.
Well, I found it.
Cool.
You said aye. Great. I'll take them from Relic and hand them to Brandel.
Perfect.
Great. I'll just
Things
put
are
'em in the
spiraling out of
pouch, I
control
guess.
here.
I mean, she's got you there, buddy. The first word out of your mouth was I.
That's true. I didn't catch
Yes.
that. That was quite good.
Which pocket do you put them in?
Oh god, I mean, I have like one or two pockets. I don't think I carry a lot
Yeah,
of stuff.
I'm not even sure you have two
It's either the
pockets.
one or the other.
He finds some
Right.
twine and
You know,
ties it off
the
to his
one
belt.
pocket that I have.
That's
It's
fine.
like a
that's fine.
like a
I'll just-
satchel.
Yeah, just
Yes.
like a satchel for like components and
Is it a
stuff, you
sporran?
know.
Everything's fine.
All right, so Druge, you've been sitting over in this top right-hand corner next to a door, and you can you roll me a perception check, please?
I absolutely
No,
can.
sorry. What is your passive perception?
13.
Yeah, that'll work. So you hear ragged breathing coming from the other side of the door.
Can I tell how far away it is, or is it just somewhere on the other side of the door.
There's a lot of echoes. You know, it's not like several rooms away. It does sound like it's in, like, it's on the other side of the wall, but you can't quite tell much more than that.
Cool. He'll kind of stand up and take a step back and gesture with the trunk. And Quentin, you might want to take a look at that.
Did we all hear it?
I think Drew's just the only one who's going to be close enough to hear the breathing. So
Okay,
you'll
cool.
hear him say, Quentin, I think you want to take a look at that, but that's it.
And I'll kind of walk towards the door and kind of look down at the dog and say, "Do you mind keeping an eye on Marrow for me?" And kind of like, it's got this look on face. Does that work? And kind of walk towards the door. And like,
Who do you ask to keep an eye on, Marrow?
Droosh. And he's kind of like looking at the dog as he says it to see if like that works for him, because he's been playing with so many bones. And then I'll.
Oh, you're looking at at Marrow to see if he likes the name?
If he likes the name, but I'm talking to Droosh, and then I'm gonna keep walking towards the door.
He's just got the biggest bone in his mouth. And he's doing that thing that dogs do when there's something that's too big in their mouth, where they keep like messing with it with their tongue,
Like
so it's like
repositioning,
spinning
yeah.
around. And like his tongue's kind of hanging out the bottom of it, and his tail is a blur.
Like, yeah, I think that's gonna stick. Okay, and I'll walk towards the door and
Okay.
I'll pet the door.
I'm
Pet the
keeping
door.
it.
So, player question.
Yes.
The spoon that Drooge got is called Hartley's Hello, which lets him A, speak with animals as long as they're dogs,
Oh
and
shit!
B, charm
Oh.
person as long as they're dogs.
Oh my
Does
god!
that do anything in this moment?
Are you holding it?
The spoon currently or the dog currently?
The spoon.
No, it is tucked away into a pack somewhere.
Yeah. Most of the spoons have to be held to be activated.
Cool, that's fine. Just wondering. Carry on.
I do think that Drew's just smart enough to have noticed that the handle of the spoon looked like it was fur made into metal. So it's possible you can roll a wisdom check to see if he'll connect the two in this moment.
Let's take a look. Straight wisdom check.
Yeah.
Tyler.
Dirty 20.
Oof.
So
Okay.
you've been standing there and you've been collecting your thoughts and you've been, drooging. And Quentin strolls by and he's got this doggo and he seems to have named it. And you're looking down at the dog because he asked you to look after him, and you just kind of look down at him and you realize that the pattern of his fur, which is highlighted by all the like soot and dust in here, really looks like that spoon you picked up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Cool. So, I think he actually has to take his pack off because the trunk is occupied with the puppy. And he'll kind of rummage around for a second and like have to push past all the like iron spikes and like hunting traps and all of that. And once he gets to the bottom, finally grabs the spoon and kind of sits back with the dog.
So the dog is held in your trunk.
Yep.
Mhm.
So you've got the trunk around like underneath his arms, and so his front legs are sticking straight out, and he's got this big bone in his mouth, and he's gnawing on it, and his back legs are hanging straight down, and his tail is a blur. And as soon as you touch the spoon, you all of a sudden you just realize that the dog in front of you is like, Marrow's a good name. I like Marrow. Marrow's really tasty. And I'm eating a bone, and bones are good. And I like bones, and bones are good. And I like you. You're neat too. And I like that other guy. He's pretty cool too. And he does bacon. I love bacon. And it's just like this stream of consciousness. And like, as the dog is thinking, I like you, it's looking at you. And as it's thinking, I like that other guy, he flips his head back to look at where Quentin's gone with this bone, and then he pulls it back the other way, and it's heavy because he's got the bone. And as he's nomming on the bone, he's like, I like bones, I like bones, I like bones. And you realize that you're hearing the dog.
Cool.
And it's less of a hearing voices kind of thing, and more of a you just understand that that's what he's thinking.
You're reading the body language.
Right. How unusual would this feel to Druge?
Super duper.
Great.
Drop the dog.
Ah,
He's not going to drop the dog. He is going to gently set the dog down and see if that continues.
It does. He actually, so you set him down and he scrambles madly and tries to climb your leg. You're sitting on the ground, right?
Yep, because
He
ceilings
perches.
are freakishly low.
He perches right up on your leg, and then he puts his front paws on your trunk, and he's trying to set the bone down on your tusk, and he's like, ah, and he's having the best time because you guys are friends.
Yeah, Druge is just gonna kind of look at this and then look back at Quentin and then look back at the dog and then look back at Quentin, who I assume is petting the door.
Yep.
Yeah, and face the other way, as Marthala would say, petting the door.
Marthalla's watching, enthralled by the petting of the door.
I'm not actually petting, but I'm like inspecting with my fingers along the cracks. But yeah, it looks like petting, I suppose.
While
a
Quentin
different point
is
of view.
petting the door, Druge is petting the dog.
Awesome.
this door feels trapped.
And he'll kind of look back towards Quentin and be like, so your dog likes bacon and talks.
And he kind of absentmindedly and talks. What?
What dog doesn't like bacon?
Well, I mean, this one does.
Bane doesn't like bacon.
I mean, he seems to like when we talk to him. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. And he's kind of distracted trying to get the door, check the door is not going to blow up if they're going to look through it.
No, I mean, is surprisingly articulate.
Yep, he's a good boy. He's not quite putting it together.
Okay.
This might be a moment where strange looks start to happen.
Does anybody else want to get in on this? This Loxodon trying to explain to his friend that the dog is talking. Does anybody else pick up on this?
Did we hear we did hear the exchange with the
Yeah.
dog, right?
I don't.
not a big
you
room.
didn't hear the dog exchange, right? The only person who hears this is Druge.
Druge, are you sure you didn't get hit on the head?
Not that I recall. And as he mentions it, the runes on his tusk will glow a faint blue, and he accidentally casts Detect Magic as he is holding speak with animals.
Awesome.
What would that tell him that he'd connect the dots between the spoon and the dog?
Oh, absolutely not, but he would know that there's some kind of weird magic going on, and he is always a fan of weird magic.
Yeah, he does love it very much. So the spoon lights up, and you seem to see a connection between the spoon and your brain and the dog's brain.
Cool. And he'll kind of take a second to process that, and the trunk will follow that trail that's between him and the dog and the spoon, and he'll just kind of set the dog down and continue the petting. And maybe I did take a hit on the head.
Right, I think old Drugy baby needs a sleep or something. He's acting a little loopy.
We don't have time for sleep right now.
Let's keep an eye on him. I'm keeping an eye on you.
That's probably for the best.
Quentin, can you roll me a perception check, please?
I can certainly try. The one on this 13 was highlighted, and I was very concerned from them. You said perception?
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
Or investigation, whichever one's higher. I think they're the same, though.
They're definitely not.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was just looking at your sheet. Which one's higher?
No, that's great. Perception is a +7, investigation is a +2.
Okay. I apologize. What was the total?
Dirty 20.
Great.
It's perception.
This door doesn't seem to even be locked. It's a simple wooden door. It has a simple turn.
Cool.
Or like a simple knob.
All right, I'll kind of finish that back up and say, all right, it looks like this is good to go. What did you want me to check out over here, Druge? The door seems to...
You didn't hear anything on the other side.
Oh, you also hear ragged breathing. Sorry.
I guess, yeah, there you go. I guess, yeah, maybe as he points that out, that maybe I noticed or something.
Yeah, sorry. You would have noticed that.
No,
yeah.
that's okay. I was very focused on the door not blowing up on my face. Yeah, and I'll kind of just look at everybody and put my hand up and kind of like crack the door open a little bit, see if I can see what's on the other side.
So you, as you open the door, the smell of this reek of filth and death rolls over you, and
Good.
Oh no.
there are definitely corpses somewhere in here. Are you going to enter the room?
Do I happen to see the source of what could be doing this ragged breathing?
You would need to. The door opens so that you can see the top part more than you can see the bottom part.
Stepping closer. Okay.
Yeah.
I'd kind of turn to Druge and say, well, are we running cleaners on this place?
What does that mean?
I mean,
It's right next to a town. We probably shouldn't leave it.
Get the soap.
Gross.
yeah, and it is kind of what we're getting paid for.
You all speak a very
alright.
peculiar language. What do you mean running cleaners?
Common?
We don't really feel good leaving stuff that might hurt weak town, or not weak, but unprepared townsfolk right next to the town, so there's
Germs
something in here
are a
and we should
serious
probably
danger.
take care of it for them.
Oh, okay. Well then just say, do we want to kill the thing? Because that would make a lot more sense to everyone else here.
Context, yeah, okay, yeah, cleaners is, yeah, we're gonna clean the room of bad things.
Right, but why not just say kill it? Because when you say clean, I feel like we should actually go in and... Never
Okay.
mind. Just go ahead.
No, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. Marcelo, would you like to help us kill it?
I mean, that makes sense to me. Let's go kill it.
Great. And I'll kind of like slink in through the door and try and pull Marrow into a heel.
He stays with you. He does not like this smell. So those two flowers are meant to represent the ragged breathing that you were hearing. They're two... oh, hi, Moons. They appreciate our speech-to-text stuff. I'm glad you enjoy it. Please enjoy how sometimes it does not actually do a very good job, but it's amusing. Okay.
Sometimes it's better than what we actually say.
Sometimes, yeah. So what you're seeing is there are two corpses of what appear to be dragonborn rotting in a rusty cell to the north. And remember, this map is top is north, bottom is south.
Yeah.
And then in the cell to the south, there are two living prisoners, but they are skin and bones. They're two female half-elves. When you enter, they start. They can't move. They're both laying on the ground, and it's filthy in here. And you hear them say, help, please. And they start to get more frantic as you enter. They can't get very frantic because they're just
Yeah.
this close to dead. Yeah.
Druge, do we have any health potions? Get somebody in here, quick.
How far apart are the bars of said cell?
About...
Basically, can I fit my trunk between the bars?
Yes.
That's what I'm asking.
Yes, you could do that.
Great. He will grab the potion of healing from his pack and kind of trunk it into the cell. And as he does, he will call back towards the party. There are people here who might not need to be killed.
Oh, good. I'm glad there's not death. Let me say.
Go on ahead.
So, Brannon heads in there. Anybody else heading in here?
Marthala
Yeah,
was
I'm going
probably
into
right
it,
behind Druge and Quentin.
Yeah, Harlick is
Yeah,
definitely
that's
going.
Yeah, I'll go.
Oh, are these town folks?
As the health potion is saved or shared between them, it takes a couple minutes, but eventually they sort of sit up, and one of them is sort of holding the other one, and she says, "Thank you. My name is Abella, and this is Okiri. We are sisters. We are the Splint Fig sisters. We are simple herb sellers. We collect and sell rare herbs and spell components, and we were visiting the manor to see if anyone from the order wanted some of our wares. We've traded here before. We made a choice to stay the night, but the manor was attacked, and everything got so chaotic, and there was screams and flashes and horrible noises, and the next thing we learned, we were dragged down here. There was a mercenary, Dragonborn, is part of the force that was attacking the manor, and I don't know why, but he took pity on us, and he did not kill us. And his comrades were so angry, they locked him over there, and he died. And you can see in the other cell that they're gesturing to, there are the two dead Dragonborn that I mentioned. The second sister is sobbing and is just not able to speak. Abella falters as she's telling you this story.
They're locked in a cage, right?
Yep.
Is anybody doing anything about that?
I don't know.
Well, we were listening to their story first.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything else, DM? I have actions.
And the
no,
Dragonborn is like dead for sure, right?
So that's about what they're gonna tell you for now, and obviously I'll respond to questions and stuff. But they sort of fall silent, and Abella says, "Is there any? Can you get us out, please?" And she's clutching the potion to her chest, even though they've drank most of it. Brandel, you can go ahead and examine the bodies. Relic, did you want to do anything?
Yeah, I'd like to take a look at the lock, but also I'd like to ask them if they're right. You're voting townsfolk, right? Yeah. So we'll get you out of here. I'm running for mayor. You might not have heard since you was down here, but we'd love to get you out of here. You know, just
You
remember.
Got to be kidding me.
Harlick is not feeling very patient. He casts Minimize on the door, and then he's gonna look at the bodies.
Would you warn people before you do things now? We're all a little gun shy.
With the bodies are in the north one, right? And they're in the
Yes.
south one.
I guarantee you I will do nothing that explodes.
So So Brandon, you're talking about mayors and favors and stuff, and they're looking kind of confused. But she's listening, and Harlock, you cast minimize on the door, so it suddenly shrinks and then like tips over, and the rusting metal bars sort of squeal, and it makes a hideous noise. But they scramble to their feet, and and she's extremely grateful.
Do I believe? Like, how much do I believe that this is? I mean, they look pretty dead.
I was gonna
but, like,
ask
are they?
Roll me an insight check.
Okay.
Can I
I'm mostly
roll one
trying to
for
see
that?
if I believe their innocent herb seller story.
Well,
I would like to give them some of the rations that I picked up off the packs in the busted up courtyard upstairs.
They inhale food. They're obviously
Yeah.
starving.
Very
Here you go.
wise.
Here you go.
Nine.
Just remember who brought you food and got you out of this when the time comes.
She doesn't seem to be listening. She's trying to get the other one to eat.
Yeah, they'll remember.
Quentin, what did you roll?
A 9.
They seem to be just what they say they are. They've even got small packs on their backs, and you can smell the herbs. They're
Okay.
probably not useful, obviously, to eat or anything. She said they more sold rare spell components and stuff, but
Right.
they seem to be everything they say they are.
I'll kind of lean over as Brandon's saying all that stuff about voting and townsfolk and stuff to Marthal and say, he did hear them say they're traveling sales. Never mind, I don't think it matters.
I don't know that this is something that we'll ever hear the end of, to be honest with you.
You know, I'm right there with you.
Go ahead.
How do we get them out of here? We can't just leave them.
It's fair. Brandel, will you go ahead and do a perception check for me?
Oh no.
Absolutely. Ooh, I don't know about that. That is 4.
Well, this is going well.
They you're looking at 2 corpses behind that door. It is a locked cell door.
Yeah, it seems dead.
Are you a doctor?
I'm just gonna like point at the guy. I mean,
Doctor of Serpent.
Dr. Acula.
Now they're wearing very good armor, and she did mention they were mercenaries, so it's possible they have coin and stuff on them, which you would all know.
can I attempt to blow up the door? No, I'm kidding.
I take one of the flasks.
I didn't ask
I
how
mean,
big the room
Harlock
was.
is
I cast
probably going to
fireball.
try to start ineffectually jimmying the lock, but
I will try to open the lock.
So both of you are just at the lock trying to.
Yeah.
I think of it more as like Harlock is like, I will do it, and Brandel's like, no, and sort of like picks him up and moves him.
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
try to.
Do you
pick
have
it, I
thieves'
guess.
tools or anything?
I think I do. I'm proficient with them.
I think you're.
well, maybe if you just move your hand a little bit and then you can. Yeah.
I'm gonna kick
yeah,
the door in while
like
they're
that.
having this conversation.
Well,
Oh.
let me let.
I'm
let me-
looking through my bag.
Yeah. Give me a strength check.
Ah, mother fudger. That's a crit fail.
Ooh, nice.
So they're talking about it. Brandel's digging through his bag. You land a solid kick on the door, and it does this like shivery rattle thing, and it does not open. It is just solid enough.
Okay,
Brandel,
we
That's staying
won't
shut.
open it.
Sorry.
Brandel, you want to go ahead and give me a dex check? Oh, who'd I lose?
Sure. Oh, that's better.
Honestly.
Dexterity, just check. 19.
Okay, yeah, so you get that door open. And as you
Yeah.
do, the 2 bodies rise up, and I need you to roll for initiative. Before
go.
Great.
we actually record these numbers, I'm going to go ahead and have us take a quick break.
Sure.
Because I believe the doggo needs to go out. So we're going to do a quick bio break. Stream, that means we're going to be gone for about 10 minutes, and then we'll be back right around 7:15. and we'll see what happens next. So I'm gonna put up a be right back screen, and you'll hear the ghostly sounds of the room, I think, and then we'll be back in about 10 minutes. All right. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Ta-da!
All right, so I think I've muted stream. Sorry, folks. Streamlabs is moving incredibly slow. One moment. There. Can.
Yeah.
Okay. This program is having a hard time tonight. All right. All audio should be back. My apologies.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Great. Thank you for calling that out. All right, so I've got a... so I welcomed everyone back. I said there are 2 dragonborn corpses rising up to attack, and I asked for initiatives. Marthala gave me a 22. Quentin, what do I got from you?
Big ol' 15.
Druge?
Druge is deafened.
Cool.
That is a huge 7.
That's my favorite number. Relic, what do we got?
19.
What's your dex?
Oh, no, that's a
Dexterity
bad question.
Is 16.
Cool. Brandel, what do you got?
It was so close to a 20. So close, but it's a 10.
That's not close, my dear.
It's halfway
Your
there.
math sucks.
Harlech, what do you got?
Also a 10.
Oh, no.
Who has a higher dex?
I have 14.
1 second. 16.
Okay.
Oh.
Oop, that wasn't good. Why did you do that? Dumb program. Alright, let me arrange my little board. So that I know who goes where. Harlech had a higher dex, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Got it. All right. So we're fighting. So, Marthala, you are going to be up first. Relic, you're kind of on deck. So be ready. Marthala,
Kind of.
these dragonborn corpses rise up as Brandel swings the door open. You're to his right. What are you doing?
I'm gonna charge past him and crotch to crown. I'm gonna try and swing at one of them.
Sure thing. Roll to hit.
What dice do I roll? Green or blue?
Green.
Green.
That is a 22 to hit.
That hits. Roll me damage.
Aw, that's a 1 and a 2 on the dice. Fuck it. 8 slashing damage.
Okay.
Don't you have Great Weapon Master or something?
I do not have. Do I? Have
Wait,
Great
and you
Weapon
rolled
Master?
when you rolled a 22. What was the number on the die? Because remember, you get crits on 19s and 20s, I think.
It was a 15.
Okay.
No, I
Great
have
Weapon
Great
Fighting or something?
Fighting.
Doesn't that do a thing when you roll ones and
I'm
twos?
looking- You can reroll a 1 or a 2 on a damage dice. Thank you.
There you go.
So much. Tech, you're perfect. That's so much
In
better.
every
Now
way.
it's double sixes. Just kidding. That is now
Worth it.
17 points of slashing damage.
See, that's different.
I like how
Yeah,
it
there's
went.
a lot
Tech,
more.
why don't you just actually? That's great.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that was good. Oh god, math is hard. Okay. All right. Great. Do you have a bonus action you wanted to use? Don't you get to
No, but
hit twice?
Well, I was just about to say I'm going to use my action surge
There
to
it is.
swipe at it again.
Okay.
Oh, that's not nearly as good. That is a 16 to hit.
Still hits. Roll me damage.
Good.
That's 9 plus 14 additional points.
Dang. All right. So this, I mean, corpses don't look good to begin with, but this thing doesn't look as good as it did before, even. It is going to. Sorry, is that your turn?
It's my turn, yes.
All right, it is going to reach forward and try and its mouth sort of like elongates a little too much, and it tries to bite at you. Does
Where is Marthala in comparison to everyone else?
Marthala has charged in and is about here, so the closest person to her is Brandel,
Okay. Cool.
who's a bit
Carry
behind her. Does 13 hit? I don't think that hits.
It does not.
Cool. Okay. All right, got it. So it misses. Relic, you're up. Quentin, you're on deck.
Okay.
All right. So they're blocked in there, right? Basically,
Yeah.
between. So Marthala's between everyone else and to whatever those walking corpses are.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Eesh. Really, I did not take great spells for this, y'all. So what I am going to do is...
The women are screaming in the background, by the way. There's just all these screams happening.
It's better than cackling madly.
That's
Yep.
true, I didn't think about that.
That's true.
That could have been different. Okay,
That's a fair point.
so... You know what? For my action, I'm going to fire a crossbow bolt at the one that's not being attacked right now.
Got it?
Does a 19 hit?
That hits. Roll me damage.
All right. For
Good shot.
5 damage.
Got it.
And then I'm going to sling a little bardic inspiration towards Druge.
Okay.
Right, Druge, get in there and watch her back. You got it. Rah, rah, ree. And that is my turn.
I'm trying to write. This is really difficult for me to do.
Is your kitten helping?
He's laying on my hand on my iPad with his mouth around my pencil.
Yeah. Last night in the middle of the night, I woke up to my cat crying because that cat's teeth were around his neck, nursing.
Mm.
It's very weird.
This is extremely difficult to do my job right now. So I had to take a picture. I'll post it to the internet later and prove how difficult my life is. Okay. So Druge is bardically inspired. Quentin, you're up, and Harlech, you're kind of on deck. Quentin, what are we doing?
So based on that map, they're at the back of the cage, or are they at the front of the cage? Like, I'm trying to see if I can reach them through the bars.
What's your reach?
5 feet.
Yeah, you could reach him.
Okay.
Because they're
So I
moving
think
forward.
All right. I'd go for the one that Marthala has been working
Wailing
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
and
one to
see
the
if I can
left.
just. Yeah, I'll just try and like stab it in the kidney through the bars.
Okay.
If I can sever some of those ligaments that are keeping it moving.
Okay, roll to hit.
Not bad. We must not actually be in combat. That's a dirty 20.
That hits. Roll me damage.
And that is 8 plus 6. Do. Sorry, I was looking to see if I. Oh, that's an 8 plus 6. That's 14.
So as you poke through the bars, you actually get sort of a downward slashing motion, and you manage to hit the same channel that Marthala did, and between the two of you, you slice it cleanly in half. So
I was
that's
disappointed that I didn't deliver the killing.
I was just
You-
gonna say I kind of look over at Marthala and kind of like wink.
you needed just a little bit more damage. I'm so sorry.
Stab Quentin.
You what?
Nothing.
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
What do your captions say?
Nothing.
Oh, we already stabbed Quentin.
No.
No.
Quentin,
Mardala would like to rage.
that was mine. Quentin,
quarry.
do you have a bonus action you'd like to use?
I don't think. Oh, no, I don't want to put the dog in there,
Okay.
so I'm good.
The other one that's still standing is going to lunge forward and does a 18 hit Marthala?
Yes, that'll hit.
Okay, so you're gonna take 12 piercing damage as the
Okay.
jaw like drops down impossibly and latches onto your shoulder. And you feel weak. Yeah, you feel you feel weak. It doesn't do anything to your stats or anything. It's just flavor. Harlech, you're up next, and Brandel, you're on deck.
So one of those is dead, right?
Yes, the one on the left. I'll make it disappear so you can't see it anymore.
It's not super important. I'm going to back up like 5 feet so that I'm kind of out of the way and cast Earthen Grasp.
Ooh.
What is it?
Okay.
Maximilian's Earthen Grasp. That will be some. So it's centered, like it'll be like the top center square.
Mm-hmm.
It basically a hand is
Like here.
comes up made of earth and grabs something within 5 feet of it that I
Sure.
can designate that thing, and it has to make a strength DC save, I believe.
Okay.
15.
Does not succeed.
Okay, then I have to roll a little bit of damage, and it is restrained.
Got it.
It's one of my favorite spells. It's so cool.
That's a good one.
8 damage, and is restrained.
What type of damage?
Aegon, I'm trying to run a stream. No, it's
Bludgeoning.
very important that I run this stream. Stop eating my iPad. So it struggles and screams, but the scream sounds broken in some way. It's a very unsettling sound.
Neat.
All attacks get advantage. All of its attacks get disadvantage.
Sure.
Nice.
Okay. And did you want to do anything else on your turn?
No, I feel like I've done enough.
You certainly have. Brandel, you are up next, and Druge, you're on deck to bring us home.
Okay.
Cool.
What you doing?
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna use my bonus action to hex him.
Sure.
Do I have to roll for that? Does it just happen? I think it just happens.
Oh, I don't remember. Tech soup.
I believe it just happens.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think it just happens. Yeah, and I'm gonna Eldritch Blast, I guess.
What does Hex do?
That is.
Out of curiosity, which saving throw are you pointing to?
What do you mean?
You get to choose an ability when you cast it, and it gets disadvantage on that ability.
Oh. Strength?
Yeah, that's a
Good
good
choice.
one, because it's restrained right now.
I mean, I'm assuming he attacks with strength, right? So. Yeah, and I'm gonna Eldritch Blast. That's a 20 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah,
Roll me
21 to
damage.
hit.
Just a 20.
Yeah. Yep, that hits. Roll me damage.
Oh, that's 10. I was like 0.
Oh,
Yep, you did 0.
0
Alright.
damage. Oh yeah, that's a 10.
And you used your bonus action, so are you good? Did you want to move at all, or?
Wait, actually, I add 1d6 because of Hex.
Oh!
That's why
You
I
Well,
cast
do
Hex,
that, dude.
Yeah, that's plus 2 damage, so 12 damage total.
All right.
And
Druge,
yeah,
how we
that's my
doing?
turn.
So this thing is restrained by a giant hand where?
Right where it is.
So I can't reach it quite through the bars. It's a little too far away.
I don't know that your glaive would get through the bars.
I'm not so much thinking the glaive as the tusk swords.
That seems complicated, but
If not, I can just stroll through everyone.
I
but-
think,
You
yeah.
stab me again.
No, I
mean, can you feed through the
don't know
door?
about the reach on that, but
Okay, no, it's a little too far away. Cool.
so you're gonna stroll right
I mean,
up the
you can
middle
just
here.
push me
Well,
to the side.
How high is the ceiling here?
It's about 7-8 feet. It's a tight squeeze for you.
gonna have to go sideways through that cage door.
See, the thing of it is, I don't know if he can comfortably make it through everyone with the tusk swords while ducking.
Yeah.
Start stabbing people left
So
and right.
you're supposed to be able to move through your party.
Oh yeah, you super should, but as a flavor thing, I don't
Yeah.
think with the ceiling being that low and wearing the tusk swords.
I mean, yeah, Martella's also
Already
kind of
doing
standing at the
something.
door.
Yeah. I think he will squeeze up to the like caddy corner bottom right of Marthala.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to rage, only super not, because the runes glow for a second and then simmer back down, and that'll be his turn.
All right.
All right then.
Marthala, I need you to do a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. That is a natural 20.
Okay.
Damn.
Total 25.
So this thing smells horrible, but you don't really care. You
Oh.
are.
To be
Bleh.
Mm-hmm.
to be totally truthful and honest, Quentin did move up to the left, that other square, right up on the bars when he attacked the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Would I be making the same con save?
You'll make it
You
at
didn't
the. No, you make it at the beginning of your turn.
Okay. Gotcha.
And you killed that one, which is cool.
Sounds good.
Marthala, it is your turn. Relic, you're on deck. Marthala, what are we doing?
I'm gonna hit the other one in the face.
Sure. Just
You
thought
have
I'd check.
advantage.
That's another natural 20 on a different.
Okay, so
Okay, well, this fight has been fun, guys.
go ahead and roll all of the damage.
So it's double the dice.
You take max
Max?
damage on one, and then you roll the other one.
Okay, so that's 12. Jesus. Okay.
Is max damage on one die 12?
Max
She rolls
damage on
2d6.
6.
Yeah, so it's
Got it.
12 plus 2d6 plus whatever her modifier is.
12 plus 10 plus 5. So 22,
Good
27 points of damage.
So the way I imagine
Butchery.
this is, as you swing your longsword at it, you manage to hit it somehow at a point where it just kind of explodes across the back wall. Does that sound
So fucking metal.
reasonable
Yes.
to you? Okay. And you have destroyed the second one. And we are no longer in combat. The women are still
Waiting
screaming.
for that.
Cool.
Man, I hope they're not bad.
It's
Are you all
alright.
finished shooting now? Are
It's
we done?
alright.
Yeah.
I'm gonna attempt to calm the women down as I'm back close to them, right?
The one that wasn't speaking before is like, they were dead before and now they're dead again, and why don't they come back? It's like babbling.
I'm
right.
specifically gonna go in and check the formerly and now dead things.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Oh, yeah.
Relic, go ahead and describe what you're doing.
I would like to calm them down, right, these things happen. Look, we're famous adventurers. We deal with this all the time. So, I just want to calm them down, and I'll play a little song on my lyre.
And they sort of match breathing with you, and the one that was more protective earlier is rubbing the back of the other one, and they're definitely trying to keep, but they are not trying to leave this cell anymore. Like, they are kind of crouched over by the wall. But
yeah, that's fine.
You have managed to calm them down. Yeah. Harlot, can you roll me a perception check, please?
Certainly.
Can I also go and check whatever body he is not looking at?
Yes, go ahead and roll me a perception check, please.
I'm gonna move out of the cell since now there's like a bajillion fucking people in here.
Sure.
I used a luck point. I got a nat 20.
Oh,
Sure.
nice. I got a 16.
Sure. Okay. So, Harlick, you're gonna find 3 incredibly tiny vials.
More vials.
2 of them are full of the almost blood red viscous liquid that you're familiar with as potions of healing, and the other one has sort of a greenish tint to it, but like a friendly greenish tint. You're familiar with this being a potion of animal friendship, but it's usually in a bigger bottle, and so it being in a tiny vial, like, you don't know if it's an extract or something like that.
Is Harlick standing in the opposite side of the bars next to me?
Yes.
The trunk will kind of slink through the bars and pull him closer.
Pull Harlick closer?
Oh,
Harlick, yeah.
I'll probably freeze. Yeah.
You
You may not want to keep those to yourself.
Oh no,
You may
no.
wanna-
Here you go. You can have all 3. Here you go. It's fine. It's fine.
here's my lunch money.
Great.
2 of them are healing. The other one, pretty sure isn't explodey. That's all I got.
If only we needed healing because of some people. And he'll lean forward just enough so the Tussers can start poking through the bars, take the potions, and then lean back.
I feel very bad about that. I know you weren't in the room, but perhaps we can come to an arrangement.
Druge walks away.
Or not.
Okay.
So that was potions of what now?
2
2
potions.
potions of healing and something about animal friendship, but exactly what is unclear.
Great.
I pointed out the healing. I said the other one was an explodey. That's what you got.
Yeah.
Cool.
Brandel, you're gonna find 4 platinum coins. They're covered in dirt and grime and stuck in one of the corners.
I think we lost him for a moment.
Oh, did we?
I think he's on his way back.
Wool. You found coins, dude.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So 4
You
platinum?
found 4 platinum coins.
Oh, cool.
Is there anything in this room at all that gives an indication as to who was doing the imprisoning?
Would you like to roll an investigation check on the body?
Sure. Yes. Yes, I would.
Do it. Roll me a perception check.
Oh, I don't know anything.
So, what
That's
I was
dead.
hoping to learn from my checking the bodies is to see if there was a reason why they got back up.
Oh, yeah.
If it, yeah,
Sorry. What you rolled a nat 20 on yours, right?
they did.
Yeah, I'll give you that. So, you recognize the same symbol that you saw on the horse before.
Oh, good.
So there's
On a patch of skin.
Yeah. Yeah, like almost burned into like their shoulders. And once again, there seems to be somebody wandering around making things rise from the dead.
All right, at this point, I think I'm going to cut off one of those so that I have an example.
Gross.
I deal with dead things a lot.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
We've run into this at least twice in very different locations. I feel like we need.
Mhm.
I will sketch this when we get back to the inn, and then we can leave it. But I need a direct example.
But
At least he's not.
if you take any more things from dead folk, could you just not do it in my line of sight? This makes me very uncomfortable.
Fair. I
I
will attempt to sketch this directly now, and maybe we can leave it behind.
Thank you. I will pace close by while you draw.
So I'll do that
Okay.
and try to get it as accurate as possible,
I think
and not take the patch.
I think given your skill set, you're able to get a fairly accurate copy.
I think the lighting is poor, but I'll accept it.
No
Not
chiaroscuro
up to your
shading.
No, Marthala casts light on her sword, so as she's slashing through stuff, like there's like it's dimmer and then it's brighter and then it's dimmer and it's brighter. But now that she's not cutting anything, it's pretty steady.
All right, like I'll do some like ritual detect magic so that I've got as much information as I can glean from this as possible.
Yeah, I
So
think
that when I leave it behind, I won't feel as bad.
didn't I give you the name of the guy who's doing this?
Nope.
Van something.
No,
Or...
no, I don't think you did.
Van
Great
Wilder?
then.
No, you definitely said a name. You said the mark of something something.
Oh,
when
right.
We were
Some
talking about the
horses, I
horses. Yeah.
hang on. I
Was
have
that a
notes on
person?
this.
I have it in my notes somewhere.
Hoobastank.
I don't, because my notes aren't in front of me. But still,
Huber's mark.
See, I was close.
Yeah,
Cool.
you're familiar. This is a sigil used during a necromantic ritual.
Oh, great.
I believe I've
that I
told you that
remember.
before.
But like
Fantastic.
Hoover's
it
mark
came from the
is
horses.
is like a particular.
Is that what you have
necromancer
written
or
down,
something?
Luth?
Yeah, I have Huber's, which is I spelled H. That's either a U or an O. O-V-E-R.
Yeah, so there's a gnome archmage named Huber Grand Shoop who's running around. This is his sigil.
Is that something that I found out? Because that doesn't sound
I
familiar. at the
don't
moment.
remember who
was-
found it out.
It was
think you-
Harlech investigation with a dirty 20 on the horse.
Well, there you have it. I
Okay.
trust his notes. You know a thing. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up because we're getting close to time. So I'd like to do learned and role-playing points. We'll end here for the evening. Make sure
Nice.
you write down all your own treasure because I'm not gonna remember it for you. Quentin, what did you want to say?
Oh, I was just gonna say quick. If Martha was like visibly upset, I'd try to get Marrow to go play with her to like make her feel better.
You'd have to like
She wo-
give her bacon or something for him to go over there.
Okay. For it.
So Quentin sort of slides you bacon, and Tamara's eyes follow it. And as you offer it to him, he sits. He looks at Quentin and then sits in front of you and like keeps looking at Quentin like, "Is this what you want me to do? You want me to do this? Is this
Come
what?"
on.
Yep. And then he's looking at you at the bacon like, "I want the bacon. I want the bacon. I want the bacon." And his tail is wagging really hard. And if you give it to him, he opens his mouth and very gently and then inhales it as soon as your fingers are out of the way.
I feed the bacon to the puppy.
Great. So we're going to do learned, and then we're going to do role-playing points. Role-playing points are good moments during the session where the characters that y'all are playing had a good moment of roleplay. I do accept nominations from chat. We'll do that after learned. What did y'all learn this evening?
Relic's full of shit.
I am
How
not,
long have you
just
been waiting to
didn't-
do
Damn.
that?
I mean, maybe not completely full, but like a little
I
bit.
mean, he's pretty small. He's probably
There-
full.
There wasn't a moment where I would have doubted him until now.
Oh, boy.
So, how long? Have
She's
we
not
been
voting for you anymore.
I think that was a really interesting moment, right? Like you lost faith in him for a little while. Like you guys were grumpy at each other for a while, and then you rolled well enough on an
Dice
insight.
chose me tonight.
Yeah, that's a really interesting moment. All right, what else did y'all learn this evening?
Huber is a
Necromancy.
prolific jerk.
Huber is a prolific jerk.
Uber stinks.
No,
I hate you.
his name is spelled Hoobur. GRAN, Shoop, SHOOP.
Uber shirt.
Huber Granshoop. Okay, what else did you learn?
Something about the dog.
Dog's name is Marrow.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I guess we learned that, yeah.
We learned about the two women that
Yes.
there were kobolds that locked them up in there, and then there were bad things that happened, and apparently they hadn't seen anything necromantic before now because they sure freaked out hard when the bodies came back to life.
Yeah, these are delicate flowers, as it were. That's why
No pun intended.
That's why I made them flowers.
I was really worried they were going to be cordyceps.
Oh no.
They were gonna be what?
Remember how we talked the other day about The Last of Us, where the zombies are made out of fungus?
No, I don't like it.
Yeah.
No,
that's
I don't
what
like
they
it.
were gonna be.
Have you watched actual cordyceps video time?
No.
Oh man.
I don't want to talk
They're
about
very
it.
pretty.
What else did you learn?
Druge can apparently talk to Quentin's dog now.
Yes.
Or he has a very severe concussion.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
rest of
Either.
he's
The timing
locked
of
in
that.
it, but-
And
Yeah.
I don't know that anybody's really certain which, including
Mhm.
Druge.
Which is the best.
Yeah, I don't know that he's entirely sure either, hence him not attempting to murder things.
Oh, wait.
Oh, fair.
Does the dog know?
Does the dog
I
know
mean,
that
I don't
you
think
really
he,
don't?
I don't think Dritch really, like, engaged in conversation.
He
That's
didn't.
super.
Like, he just listened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, on brand.
Yep.
Yep.
Did
Fair.
we learn anything else, or would you like to move into role-playing points?
I was gonna say we learned that Brandel has had experience with giant strength potions for some reason in the past.
Uh-huh.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
that-
Randall
that
learned
is-
that, but I don't know the rest of us
yeah.
did.
I don't think the
Well,
rest
yeah,
of
at
you
least
learned that.
identified it.
I mean, you know that I know what it is.
Yeah. That's true.
Like, yeah. That is something, I guess.
Yeah.
And furballs are like half giants, so.
Tyler
I
also.
do
Maybe it was
giant,
something
yeah.
that helped on the beach. Who knows?
Tyler in chat said that they also feared corpse flowers when Spoon first mentioned the icons. Sorry, I don't.
Yeah.
I have like thing icons. I don't have tokens yet. Sorry about that. All right. Did you learn anything else, or are you okay to move into role playing points?
We found a bunch of potions.
Oh yeah.
We did find a
So
bunch of
We
potions.
learned that there's magic afoot.
Yeah, these people did like their potions.
But they couldn't keep them all in one place.
Oh, yeah. No, they're like
Because
scattered
scattered
all over,
all
like a
around.
few over here, a few over there, yeah.
A flower girl with potions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
Salt Bay.
Okay.
Fire. It's not those. No.
Sorry for taking a million photos of my kitten, but it's very important.
That's where your puppy jumped on mine and he ran away.
Okay, so today is the 21st. Role-playing point. Alright, so chat, remember I accept nominations from chat. The players vote on it. Alright. Players, what do you got? What do you want to nominate for a good role-playing moment?
Barthala just being like, Relic, you're full of shit.
I feel like Relic should be nominated for continuing to volley, to panhandle for points
Yep.
for people that are clearly locked
Campaigning
up,
hard.
and we're
Yes.
we're traveling merchants. Like that's
Don't even live
an
here.
impressive dedication.
Look, they now have a reasonable expectation to put their vote in the right place.
Even though they don't get a vote.
We don't
Impressive.
know what the voting. We don't know what the rules
Dedication.
are
Yeah, you don't
in
know.
this particular continent for
Maybe
voting.
they
They
can
could,
mail your vote in. Yeah.
yeah, it could be the whole county. It could be a expanse-wide voting. I don't know. You know,
No
Okay.
one else was thinking it, and he's like, "Oh, by the way, you need to vote right."
Yeah. All right. Any other good
It's-
moments?
it's a broader look at society. Everybody should vote. That's all I'm saying. Look,
Wow. Yep. All right. Hashtag politics.
Okay.
Okay.
Druge for starting to fire up the rage and then having like performance anxiety or whatever you want to call it.
Name your sex date.
Freezing?
Name
I
your
saw
sex
what-
date.
I swear this never happens.
That's not what I meant.
Is that what you
right
want me to
there,
write
that's
down?
that's hard to say no to.
I
You
don't
want me to write down and then had performance anxiety?
phrase it however you want.
I
The
don't
fact that
know
he
how to
started
phrase
then
it.
Willfully calming his rage.
He
Then
did that
we'll
thing that
find-
like Bruce Banner does, where like the eyes start lighting up and then
Yeah.
not.
Okay.
You had an oompah moment.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use the willfully calming his rage. All right.
He
Any other good
he
moments?
couldn't get his rage up.
Stop that.
Uh,
I think that Relic deserves a nomination for also trying to calm the women down. Because that's such a
women.
Relic thing. Like, I'm gonna go take care of them. I should probably go take care of them. You
Yeah.
guys good
You
here?
guys are fighting.
You're
I
good?
should go over
Okay.
here
Yeah.
and take care of
I'm gonna
them.
go over here while you
Yeah.
go over there.
Also, Harlick for playing with dead bodies because
Yeah.
You know.
we
All right.
expect nothing less from him.
All right.
Quentin for dragging Druge into the other room is like, we're having a talk.
Right. That was the session.
I'm not angry. Here are all the things you did wrong.
I like that he was
Just-
jealous. Well, he's like, I thought you were replacing me with Marthala, and I got upset. I think that was cute.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Oh wow.
Can I add one more?
Trying very hard to not do that.
Can I add one more before we vote?
Yeah.
Brandel for being completely cavalier about the potions and just like continuing with his go with the flow attitude. Like, yeah, I can take them. Oh, if you want to.
I mean, I'm not gonna stop you.
Like, I'll take him if you want me to. Like his very just like
I'm not gonna say, hey, don't give me things.
verbal thing.
Yeah. Just like
Um,
okay.
Yeah, it's
No.
so
He's
good.
like full beach for bulk, hang 10 guys, is fine.
I used to as an example the other day actually, because somebody was like, what do you do with a character that doesn't come with a backstory? And I was like, oh, it'll happen. And I was like, I have this character. He has a furbog. He had a loose background. Like we worked through that, but there was a moment where, and I explained how you're always rolling really high on perception checks, but you don't always share it with the party. But one day you shared it, and you were on the beach, and then there was this joke about beach furbog, and you really embraced it. And now it's a whole thing. And he was like, that happens, and I was like, oh yeah.
Welcome to D&D. I basically just picture the dude as a furball now.
Yeah. And as far as the role playing points
Do I
go,
have to grow a beard and like,
There's gonna be
Extra
blood
hairy,
that
a little off color.
yeah, like get
Works.
like get the long hair.
as far as the role playing points go, like I don't mind typing them in here because they're good reminders for next time. Of it
Yeah,
just adds that
that's it.
flavor. So I really like that. Well, you all sharing those. All right, so go ahead. Oh, sorry. Are there any more, or are you guys ready to vote? Excuse me, hiccups.
I'm done
Alright.
now.
Right, vote away. Go ahead and use your favorite emoji.
I have no
Got
emoticon
two.
for these emotions.
Oh. I'll commission some more from Jelly. You just let me know.
Oh god.
Let's find a good emoji.
I realized I only
Yeah, I don't-
have an excitement emoji, a laughing emoji, a grumpy emoji, and a crying emoji. I don't have like a thumbs up or like a love or anything. It's just like I'm either excited or happy. That's it.
I love that captions actually put in the emojis for you.
Yeah, that's pretty
See,
funny.
like I don't want to. I
One,
don't want to
two,
vote for myself, but I have a potion emoji,
3, 4,
so I'm just gonna use it
5.
somewhere else.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think I've got everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I need 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 6 of you, right? Yep.
Correct. Yeah.
Why do I have 4 of you on one side and 3 on the other then? Yeah, whatever. Not gonna worry about that right now.
First
Okay,
of all,
there's
can I
6.
complain about this eggplant emoji?
Okay, so somebody used an eggplant emoji for Drew's for starting to fire up his rage and then
Yes.
woefully calming his rage, which
Nice.
is terrible.
It actually, that is. Oh my god.
So we have a tie this evening. Marthala's going to take one role-playing point for being like, Relic, you're full of shit. And Quentin's going to take the other one for dragging Juge into the other room to have a talk. The I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed talk. So that's us for the evening. We will see you here next week, folks. Happy to answer any questions online, and I'll post the video in a little bit. Thank you all so much for joining us, and we're going to say goodnight. Everybody say bye, stream.
Bye.
Bye, stream.
Oh, yeah. Bye.